our history changes. In the 1700s, our ancestors had damaging words taken to them and forever engraved into their DNA. They were shipped and brought to colonized land, which now we know as today as United States of America. Their hair was looked upon, their tresses called wool, something that can describe an animal, lamb, sheep, because it was fluffy, it was coily, it was curly, and it was wavy. And that was really the only thing that they ever saw that looked like African hair. Mixing of ethnicities. We're going to take you right back to 1786. This is New Orleans. Governor at the time was Esteban Rodriguez Miro. I want to introduce you to the Tignon Law, which was a law that actually went in to deprive women of color who were free of their own self-expression with their hair. They had a party ball called the Passage, which was for free women of color to meet French men. The reason the law of the Tignon Law was actually given was because Miro thought that a head wrap could cover what a French man really wanted. It wasn't just because of her hair. The Tignon Law was born in 1786. It was a sumptuary law that deprived different women of color who were mixed with African and Spanish descent, and also French. The reason the law was made and brought upon was because the women of color who were mixing to the point of looking like their ancestors and their father's lineage, which was French, was because they were quadroon or mulatto. Their tresses became too much like the white woman's hair. However, the beauty into their hair was so much more and so different. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of the Tignon Law, but the law is existing still today. It's not spoken verbally. However, we still have laws that are connecting with black hair, women and men who are discriminated each and every day. The hidden messages in the Tignon Law, which probably upset Miro, they spoke with the colors, they spoke with the fabrics. The thing that they could say in the messages of their Tignon, the wrapped around headscarf was a hidden message to tell them, hey, I'm listening. Hey, we're doing this. The messages could not be conquered from a law that he thought could deprive, humiliate, and show that women of color were less than the lineage that they were from. Nowadays, you will see the Tignons or the headscarf wrapped. You will see them wrapped around celebrities, natural hairstylists, YouTubers. Anybody, any culture can rock a Tignon. In 1845, the hot comb was invented. I don't know how many people have actually had a hot comb, but it's called the barcode centuries. So the barcode was invented in 1845, but in 1880, it was introduced to America. Sadly, a lot of people have these barcodes, and if you've ever seen a barcode, it's lined. And the way that you had to know and regulate the heat for a hot comb was with the white towel. Now, if the white towel fibers were burning, it was too hot for your hair. So once you actually looked, they pressed the towel inside and pressed the hot comb together. Anything wouldn't burn, okay, right temperature for your hair. Or either they would place it into the hot plate to heat up the hot comb. Now, this lady, as we all know, Sarah Beloved, aka Madam C.J. Walker, she was an activist, a philanthropist. She was an entrepreneur, a woman of her own goal and desire. She taught women to also take care of their hair, to learn the beauty of their natural hair, and also to press their hair as well. She also put a school together in 1908 with her husband, and it was called the Leah Academy. She showed other women of color to be entrepreneurs as well and culturists. Garrett A. Morgan. This guy, we can celebrate with the man with the weaving. The weaving was a solution that he actually came upon with fixing and straightening steel and wool. When he put the solution onto the wool, it softened the wool to the point that it had a loose curl. Then the man actually took upon themselves to start using the solution. We had men to have the waving solution. As you can see pictured, his hair was laid. Now, let's get into the hair era. This iconic woman, Cicely Tyson, beautiful, chocolate, showing her tresses braided up. She was in the East Side, West Side, which was a TV show. The first Black woman to show the beauty in cornrows. Not the straight hair, not the straight silky styles, actual cornrows from our land. She was someone that invented inspiration into many Black women to come. Afro empowerment, someone else, Angela Davis. Angela Davis was an activist. She showed the beauty and strength in her afro. Empowerment, she gave those tresses a fight for everything, the roundness shaped like a moon. Also, in the movies, you saw Pam Grier showing the sexiness, classiness, and fight. The growth. The growth in 1977, which was which was the growth of hair care. 1977, the Jerry curl was introduced. The Jerry curl was almost like the relaxer, however, it never broke the buns completely. So therefore, the hair would grow. Now, it was messy, greasy, oily, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys probably know about the couch covers with the plastic. So therefore, everyone knows about the Jerry curl juice. But those curls were long. You knew family members that had the longest hair ever until it became to the relaxer styles, and therefore the buns were broken. The tresses were shortened, and the hair growth became damaged. 1980s, a woman so graceful, Grace Jones, skin so velvet, strength, uniqueness, versatility. She had the empowerment to show that Black women could be strong and be sexy within it. I love her. 233 years ago, we were deprived, our ancestors were deprived to show and to speak with their tresses. That's just how long ago the Tignon Law was made. And now we still face discrimination even in the workplaces. Do you know that 47 states in America can discriminate to a person of color who's rocking their natural hair, their natural tresses? Only 3 states right now have qualified for the Crown Act law to naturally show who you are, to speak with your hair, to show the expression that we so proudly have. 7 stages of natural hair. I say that Black women have 7 expressions, and we have 7 stages of our hair story. Some of our stories are very similar, and when we look into those stages in life, we can go back and we learn. You learned about the history of how Black hair has been deprived to show expression, to show a verbal communication without even saying one word. However, this is my story, my history. The things that I've noticed and took upon myself as a Black woman, showing my natural hair tresses as today, going in full battle. The first stage is, when I was young, I used to. When I was young, I used to wait for my mom to plait my hair up, the thick, coarse 4C, not the hair that you see that's detained with the curl products and everything, the curly flow. No, it was the thick, coarse stuff where mom had to grab her cup of water, get her brush, and that blue magic. I kicked, I screamed, I yelled. She held me on that pillow right between her legs, holding me down. And you already know, of course, I was waiting to see, how much more do I have, Mom? Pop! Leave my stuff alone. Okay, so now I'm kicking and screaming. She's like, okay, I'm done with this, I'm done with this. Then it came to just for me. Oh no, it was not for me. My hair was long and glorious, and then it was like, what happened, sis? So, that came to stage 2, the salon visit. The salon visit is something that every Black girl goes through. It's called the pain is beauty. When I heard that slogan, that I just kept on saying, pain is beauty, pain is beauty. Okay. She told me that pain was beauty, but I highly did not figure out that I would be sitting in a salon chair 3 to 4 hours later, kicking and screaming, Slim Jims in one hand, and a rainbow candy cane because they want me to shut the heck up. Now, after I noticed that I was the only one in the basement because it was a hair school that was unfinished, but I was the only one in the basement because I kept attacking everyone and saying, it hurts, it hurts, it hurts. And once I got to control myself and I was happy because those rainbow candy, peppermints taste real good, I was good. But those stages in my hair salon stage reminisce to me every day as a natural hair specialist when I touch the tresses of these young little girls who walk in with remembering those words that were given to me. Pain is beauty. Remembering those words that my mother said to me, well, I'm just going to cut it off, or I'm just going to perm it. Those words were forever engraved into my memory. And that's why each day I try to give each little girl that comes to the salon something to look forward to. I turn her around, I let her look into the mirror, and I say, baby, I know we're doing some add-ins, we're doing braids, we may be straightening your hair, but look at the beauty inside of you. Your tresses are beautiful. No matter how much you add into it, just know once you take it out, there's nothing less and there's nothing more. You are always going to be beautiful. And then, of course, they stare at me, and they're looking like, okay, you're getting real deep right here. And I'm just like, they don't know how it's going to replay in their minds later on, just how it did when I look at them now. Then you have the stages of, I think I'm going to go natural, so let's try this little remix. In high school, I learned that I wanted to go natural. My brother, who was 18 years apart from me, I let him know, hey, Ken, I want to go natural. I want to go in and I want to have curly hair. I want to have kinky hair. I want to have whatever hair that I was born with. I want to have it. And he went in and he said, well, go ahead and do it. See, my brother, he was a different type of person. He just never cared about what anyone said. So he was okay with that. Me, on the other hand, I had my mama. And if anybody knows, a black woman in her hair is her crown, is her glory. So for years, going to school, getting picked at, getting bullied, my mom finally would say, okay, you got this on your own, you want to do your own hair now? Pressing my hair out every day, smelling like chicken grease because I use Blue Magic and that red stuff. I still don't know why they call it Hair West, but it was frying the crap out of my hair. And when I finally noticed what was going on, my hair went from here to here. In that picture down below, you can see how short it went. And I was the laugh of all jokes in school. So my mom finally felt bad for me, and she said, well, let's go to the salon. I was like, oh no, this again. Well, of course I didn't have long hair anymore, so it didn't really matter. It only took about 2 hours. So once she took me to the salon, I knew, I was like, I'm always getting bullied because my hair is looking an awful mess. I went into school proud, happy. This is like the first period of school. Like everybody sees that my hair is done because I'm the girl that doesn't get her hair done because I was the only one really trying to face the natural hair journey at the time. And bam, I open the door and the class claps their hand. The whole class of 30 people and my teacher claps their hands because I finally got my hair done. A journey that they didn't realize that I was trying to go. I couldn't successfully take myself to it because of all the things that I've heard. I never saw anyone trying to go natural, and it wasn't there at that point as it is now. After high school, I graduated. I went in and I said, you know what? I think I'm on stage 6. I'm ready to do this. I'm ready to get to my hair. I stopped wasting time. The last year of high school, I really thought I was going to go to Atlanta. However, that wasn't in the plans. 2011, July 4th, that night after leaving my aunt's house, I looked in the mirror at my damaged, broken tresses, and I said, I'm tired of it. I got out the shower and my hair was soaking wet, and I looked in the mirror, and on the counter were scissors, which I highly do not recommend anybody do that. Get shears, don't do that. So as I grabbed the scissors, I'm just like, you know what? I'm tired of this. Nobody's going to tell me what to do. I cut, and I cut. I'm natural. Besides the scab hair that was coarse and dry, I was natural. I realized then that I had took it upon myself to free myself, to actually know this was who I wanted to be, myself. Of course, my mom was home. I went into her room. She was just finishing up, and she was in the mirror. She had her hair short as well. And then I looked and I said, with a big hug and smile, Mom, we're twins now. She looked at me in distress. What did you do? At that moment, my heart dropped. My heart sunk. I finally did something that would make me happy. I couldn't express it to my brother, which had passed 2 years back, the one that first made me go with this decision. And the only one that was left was my mother. And when I heard that in her tone, I didn't know how to feel. So then I looked to stage 6. Did I make the right choice? I'm going into cosmetology school, and I see everyone, and fortunately I did lift my hair with 40 developer and some box bleach, and my tresses were damaged, which was the first stage of me asking, did I make the right choice? Because now I've constantly went in and damaged my hair that I wanted to go natural to. I went inside and sat down, cosmetology school, and my teacher looked upon me and she said, hi, nice to meet you. I'm excited because now she's all sweet, and she was Caucasian. And she goes around and she asks all the students, why are you here? I looked up and I raised my hand because I'm excited. I'm like, I want to learn about hair. I just went natural, and I want to see how much my hair can grow and what else I can do for anybody else. And then she looked dead at me and said, well, your hair won't grow very much because you've damaged it. It's high-lived. It's just not going to grow at all. So I was determined from that day on. I said, my hair will grow. I will have long hair, and it will grow out and be healthy. She went in, going in year after year. 7 months later, my hair grew all the way to shoulder length. I straightened it out, and then I looked at my teacher, and I said, look, my hair is long. It did grow, and it's not broke off. She turned around and she looked at me. I like it better the natural way. I didn't know how I should feel for the reason of her being a white woman telling me she liked my natural hair better? Or was it me being a black woman who was mad at a white woman telling me she liked my natural hair? Years for me to reminisce and to look back at that moment to see that I was in a self-hate. I self-hated my hair so much that I wanted to be happy for somebody to say, oh, I like it this way. And when she looked at me and said, your natural hair looks better, all I could reminisce was back to the first day. Dang, she got me again. So now, here we are in 2019. I'm speaking all of this self-love, protesting self-love, going in different hair shows, teaching different people about what their tresses can do, showing my clients from damaged hair all the way to the top, seeing fathers bring their daughters in, not just their moms taking care of their hair, but the fathers actually coming in to show their daughters, let's get your hair done. Me being a part of that person who's going to say, your hair is beautiful, not giving them degrading and depriving words that will hurt them later on when they're 27, sitting on a stage and just thinking, wow, I can wear my hair the way that I want to, wigs, different colors, blonde, and still be in my versatility as a black woman. To know that my hair is just a part of me and a part of my self-expression. My self-expression changes every day, just like different black women in the world. Their self-expression changes in different multitudes, but their hair always speaks so many volumes. They can say so many words without saying not one. To deprive a black woman, or now a black man, of his natural hair, of their natural way to express and their natural way to have versatility as being a black person. To say You want to be white because you want to wear wigs, or to say you're not black enough because you don't wear your hair natural every day, or you want to have a relaxer. My story is to teach others to love within themselves, to show them that our hair speaks volumes. We are who we are wanting to be. We're no one else. We are who we are. We have expression. We show who we are daily without even speaking. Thank you.